and then I will pull up the second chat. There we go. See if anybody's in. I believe apparently we're live.
So it would appear.
So we're just waiting. Yep, we're live. We're just waiting for all the adverts and all the rest of the crap that YouTube put up just now. So I'll just try to see if anybody actually human comes on. Nothing specific in this live podcast, webcast. What would you call it, John?
Catch up, basically, innit?
Yeah, catch up. Nothing specific in this. I'm still I had planned a few things recently, but my PC is playing up and I don't have the money to repair it at the moment. So if we suddenly go offline, it's John, aka Gordon's Alive's fault because my PC will have failed. We're showing two online, so it's me and you, John.
Yeah, it's just random catch up.
Yeah, random catch up. Have you managed to get yourself a jab yet?
Yes, I had it just over a week ago.
See, my best friend who doesn't have a spleen, he got one, must be about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and although I've been shielding for a year, they don't care about me. They just want me to die. I've had nothing.
I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago I had my first one.
Have you been watching any of the sort of YouTube stuff about the Hawaii volcano that's came back to life?
No, I've not seen anything on the volcano because I've been too busy watching the Mars.
Oh, the Mars thing was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, Scale Model Muse is in going, hey, strangers. Hello, Muse. How are you doing? Yeah, the Mars thing's really interesting. Apparently, somewhere down in Wales, they made a supersonic parachute that helped.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure it was South Wales or whether it was Devon, Cornwall, Wales. They made the chute for it.
Yeah, I was down that area. I was in Englandshire somewhere.
Yeah, it's down at the boot.
Oh, look, with hair together. No, hi, it's John Reeves. Hair. Hello, bro. How you doing, John? Hope you're well. How you doing with all these new border checks and that to the UK when you're trying to send me a sandwich, mate? Are you struggling? All this EU stuff? I know what I'll do. I'll send Terry a ham and cheese sandwich and then it gets caught up in customs. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, by the time you get it, it's grown a fur coat.
Talking to fur coats, what do you think of the fully grown neck and Santa beard, by the way? And I haven't had my hair cut for a year. I can actually do a ponytail now. It's quite bad, but yeah.
It's wrong time of year. It's not December, and summer's coming.
This is the first day I haven't had to put my heating on. John Reeves is going living the dream. Mark Spruce Surgeon's giving it hello. And Muse is going, I'm good, just busy as always, even on my vacation week. I've been on quite a long vacation because I've been shielding. But John's had the vaccine and I haven't because I'm not as important, so I can just die. The government has decided I can just die and it's okay if Gordon's alive, he's alive because he has so many decal sheets, he has to distribute them all before he kicks the bucket.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, we've got a few in. I'm quite surprised actually. Yeah, there is a main show going on later on, but I don't watch it. So yeah, just a wee catch up. You've worked the entire time, News. I'm just trying to think. What was it you did again? You were either a medical professional or a masseuse. Oh, Bjorn's in Rat Pack. Oh, he's calling himself Rat Pack Norway now. He's going smooth. I'm actually looking for a cheap hooker. If anybody knows one near the Blackburn area, up near Edinburgh, get her to give me a tinkle. Michael Spitz saying, what happens in the main show? We haven't done the main show for ages, Michael, but we're mostly model makers. Making, I'll see if I can find something. Things out of styrene and gluing them together and painting them, stuff like that, and motorbikes and stuff. That's what the show is normally about. But to be quite fair, my mental health hasn't been very good for the past year. I've done bugger all on YouTube. So it's just a wee catch up and see who tunes in and a bit of a chin wag.
It was until tail end of last year that I actually started sitting at the bench and doing bits and pieces.
It's a year since I've done anything at all.
Yeah.
Angie Churm's going, hi guys, how you doing? Doing great, Angie. I'm still alive and I haven't died of COVID. So, but I haven't had my jag and he has. Bastard. Misha's going, neither.
Yeah, retail, that was it. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. SPC 3D, that's a new name. Hi guys, how you doing, SPC 3D? Bob the Fish. Greetings, Smoo and Gordon. I know who Bob the Fish is.
That's 100% Bob.
That's definitely Bob. How you doing, Bob? Are you bobbing along? That's great. Excellent. Rat Pack, Bjorn from Norway. Really miss your streams. Always so fun. I hope you're doing good. Been struggling this past year, but I'm hoping that myself and Gordon can get ourselves motivated when my PC doesn't crash to desktop. And maybe try and get something regular going. John's giving it McLovin. I would kill for a Big Mac. I remember my friend Davey, it must have been a couple of months ago. The drive-through at McDonald's is open. But it's a bit difficult on the motorcycle because you've got to kind of grab it, backpack it, or stick it in your mouth or whatever, wrap it in the tank. Says, I was going to pop up and see you. This is before the latest lockdown. What can I get you? I says, a Big Mac meal, please. And I'm sitting there, basically applying it to my face as fast as it could go. And and he was like, have you not been fed lately? And I'm like, no. But yeah, it's all kind of shut down now. What we're getting now, SPC 3D. Good to hear. Thanks, Muse. We know that knob.
Oh, this is it. I've been telling you, you've got to keep feeding the hamsters. If you don't feed the hamsters, they won't make that little wheel go round that fires your PC up.
So do you reckon I'm being abusive to hamsters and that the SPCC or whatever it is, animal cruelty people should...
Yeah, well, the thing is, you was eating one of them earlier on. You were dunking it in garlic dip and having a good munch on it.
We're not going to do an Eddie Star at my hamster thing. But yes, I did have a rodent earlier on. And Muse is agreeing with Phil. What's going on with Phil? What's happening here? So, good evening, ladies and ladles and general spoons. Nothing major actually planned for tonight. Whoever tunes in. It is just two elderly gentlemen. He's more elderly than me, I believe. What age are you? What age are you?
Me, 57.
Yes, he's the more elderly gentleman, and I'm the young, clean-shaven guy that thought I might just stick something up just for a laugh. So, Not really bothered whether it's model making or not. We're all locked up. We're all bored out of our tits, basically. And just wondering what everybody's up to, what you want to chat about. We'll remind you, Super Chat's open and free. You don't have to use it. It just pops your chat up in a wee window and donates like £1 to Gordon's G Fund. Right, so what have we got? Mr. Stream, know that knob. What? Who? Oh, Bjorn's working on a 1000 Enterprise NX-01 from Star Trek. Going to paint it and put lights in it. And Gordon just happens to have one in his hand. Is that quite a small one, mate, or is it a normal size, or do you have to rub it till it gets bigger? Quite interesting.
Well, that's the NX-01.
Is that the one he's got?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's quite small then?
Yeah, and this one.
Yeah. Is that smaller still? Or is that the same? All right, so it's quite a small one he's got then.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Excellent. I'm just having a giggle at some of the comments. Bob the Fish is going, do I know you? Yes, Bob. Muse is having a giggle. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from, Smoo? I'm in the Central Belt, a little bit closer to Edinburgh than I'm Glasgow, but yeah, kind of along that lineage. Muse is going, well, you may or may not. You used to be on my Facebook. I have not been on Facebook for a year, and I have no intention of going back on it. I have quite enjoyed not having Facebook. Michael Spitz is going, what's on the bench right now? I've got a lighter, a couple of leads from a voltage supply, a packet of cigarettes, and a can of Diet Coca-Cola. What have you got on your bench? It should actually be John. You keep putting Gordon up because it's Gordon's alive.
Well, I'm doing the group build with Mark over on Sprue Surgeon.
I've not got one of them yet. Much that, 40 quid.
That's what we've started, and that's how far I've got.
Excuse me. 112 scale. What's that, kit? 38, 40 quid?
You can get around about the 38, 40, 48 pound mark.
I need to get one. You know what Tammy are like for doing limited runs on kits? Definitely.
Yeah, well, this will be around for about 12 months and then they'll stop doing it. But some time ago, I built the Tammy US Navy Sky Raider.
Right, yeah.
And over the years, it went yellow and stuff because back when I built it originally, you couldn't get all the glosses, the varnishes you get now.
Oh, the UV stuff, so your lacquer's yellowed.
Yeah, so you could only get polyurethane varnish, so it went yellow. So what I've done, I've stripped it back to plastic.
What about the decals? Or have you got some under your throwing of decals under your seat?
Yes, I stripped it back to plastic, repainted it, and yes, I have got a spare set of decals for it.
Is it just the American stars and stuff, is it?
Yeah, it's the one with the big bumblebee wasp on the tail with the red flash.
All right.
So
I know it well, not
repainting that one up to go with the US Air Force one that I've done.
I was watching a thing on yesterday TV today about Japanese Mitsubishi Zeros. And it was quite interesting because the whole airframe is not made out of aluminium. It's made out of duraluminum. And basically, they were flying gas tanks. And the way the guy described them was it was like a boxer with a really hefty punch, but a glass jaw. One bullet took them down.
Yeah.
So I was basically watching a series on yesterday about the Battle of Midway and how it all turned about and all that. And the Mitsubishi Zero was quite an outstanding plane to fly, but if you got hit with a bullet, you were fucked, basically.
Yeah, it didn't take much punishment before it went down in flames. That was the only drawback with it.
What's the news saying? It appears you're magically no longer on my Facebook. Explained that. Spruce Surgeon went, "Who's the knob, Moose?" "Hi, Mark." "Not you, dude." "And not you, Smooth." And Bob the Fish went, "I like magic." Magic. Oh, he's dead now, isn't he? The guy with the fit wife, Paul Daniels. It's magic. He's no longer here, unfortunately. I liked him. SPC3D said he spent the most of the first half of last year in Edinburgh. So where did he spend the second half of the year? Michael Spitz has gone 170 seconds. Excuse me. Dry throat. Looks like he's working on a 172nd scale Hankel HE177. That's a bomber. John, is it no?
177. That's the two-engine Grief, isn't it? Got a square section fuselage with a big glass nose.
It drops bombs.
Yeah.
Was it a bomber or a night fighter?
It was German medium-range bomber, I believe.
Yeah, because some of them were designated as night fighters. Mark's going, happy birthday, Bob. Is it Bob's birthday? Happy birthday, Bob. News is saying she's trying to force herself to finish that stupid Impala lowrider. Is it an American kit by any chance? John Paul's going, hi all. Hi, John. Not seen you for a while. Apologies. My fault totally. Computer problems. Mental health issues. Been shielding for a year. I just couldn't be arsed, basically. So I'm trying to get back into it. Bob the Fish is going, hi, John. John Reeves is going, happy birthday, McLovin. Cheers, Jew. And Bob the Fish is going, where's my pencil? Check Uranus. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, my mouse is waiting mental. Moose is going, have fun, guys. I'm off to the shops for a bottle of something strong. Mark's going, you got something better. And SPC 3D is back home in Newcastle. Why, man? That's my best sort of Newcastle accent. And my 22-year-old daughter has ran away with a Newcastle gentleman. And yeah, when you start talking fast, it's none of this why man. It's like, yeah. Good evening, Stuart Bremner. Haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing, young man? As I say, this is just a random stream. To let you know I'm still alive, even though I look like, Father Christmas rather than Bo Derek. Well, if I look like Bo Derek, there'd be something rather strange happening because I would have to have a hell of a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
In a couple of places, more specifically, yeah. So I'm finding, like John, aka Gordon's alive, that I've got a little bit more face to wash in the morning. This part here, as I get older, I'm 54 at the moment, so yeah, this part is Oh, I've got a wee tuft going up there. Let me get that down. That side. So what's everybody else up to? And how did you get on this channel? But I know I've recognised obviously a few names that are what I used to call a year ago, and it is roughly a year ago since I used to do live streaming. Regulars. I need to wet my whistle. SPC 3D is going Grizzly Adams. The comedian's a bear.
Yeah.
So, as per a normal evening live stream, alcohol is involved because, yeah, I kind of struggle to sit and talk to people randomly without a wee bit of go juice. So, I'm just pouring myself a little drink there. And the wee can of juice. SPC 3D is saying, have you ever thought of 3D printing some models? I would love to if I could afford a 3D printing machine. I know Mark from Spray Surgeon has got a 3D printer. I personally can't afford one. I think Mark's just actually invested in. He had one that did the PLA stuff. I think he's invested in one that does the resin now, I believe. Might be wrong. Too costly for me at the moment, and I need to tidy up my my man cave to make more room. Because behind the camera here, I need to get another bench in that I can do some stuff on, like say a 3D printer or whatever. But I need to wait till the money comes down.
Yeah. The price of them is slowly coming down.
The thing that annoys me, I've watched a lot of stuff, is where you'll print a little figurine out and you'll get all the lines and stuff, but they're incredibly hard to sand off. As I say, I'm not a 3D printing aficionado, but if you're getting ridges and trying to smooth those off, and the PLA gets quite, I don't know all the ins and outs, but anyway. Nothing better than Scottish whiskey. I'm actually on quite hard to get at the moment. OVD Demerara rum. R. Why do pirates go R? They just do. Stuart Bremner saying he's got an Airfix, a 148th Canberra on his bench at the moment. What are you guys working on? I'm basically working on this at the moment. I've done nothing. I've not been at my bench. I haven't wiped it down. I haven't glued anything. I haven't sanded anything or sprayed anything in a year. It's basically due to my mental health and the lockdown and all the shite that's going on. I just went, I can't be arsed.
So in other words, if you sprayed a plane, it'd look like a flying sanding stick.
Probably, yeah, because there's so much shite and dust, and yeah. But plans-wise, this is an old sort of studio bed made out of, I think, steel. For my daughter, with the bed up above. I want to take all of this out, and I bought some shelving, so that'll free me up about 3 feet. And shelving at the back and put all my kits on and stuff like that. Chances of me getting round to it in the next couple of months is 0, but it's a plan. Mark saying it's not the same with the resin printers. Yeah, resin's a lot better.
Yeah, the resin printers, the lines that you get in them are a lot finer, and because of the resin, you can position the print on the printing bed at an angle that you don't notice them as much.
Is it not laser cured resin or something like that? Because the whole bath is resin, but it depends where the laser goes or something like that.
Yeah. But I still do it the old-fashioned way with my old rubber moulds and my 2-part resins.
So Angie Charms saying she's doing a Tamiya 112 Yamaha YZF R1M. I've got one. Is that the one that on the box art shows you red and white? And she's doing a 1/8 Heller Yamaha TY125. Now that's a traily bike.
Yeah, I think
yeah, I wouldn't mind the Heller.
What about that one?
Oh, I've not got that one. That's the latest. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that one then. Right, okay.
Well, this is it. I'm working on that one at the minute.
I've not got that one. That's one of the later ones.
The next bike I will do is, because where is it? I'm halfway through doing it.
This is the first day I've got no heating on and I'm absolutely roasting. It's about 7 degrees centigrade up here in Scotland at the moment, and it's almost tops off weather. What's Mark saying? Ridges and things are not as much of an issue. No, it's not laser, it's UV. I knew it was something like that. And Angie's saying, yeah, that's the kit she's got, Gordon.
Yeah, because when I finish the blade, I want to get the Ninja Quack finished.
I've got one of them. I don't like the green candy frame.
Yeah,
it annoys me somewhat, and I was thinking of doing kind of a red candy, but I need to get different decals. Yeah. I don't like green bikes. It's a thing. Although I'm making a greenish bike, I don't like green. Green, apart from on military vehicles, I hate green. Michael Spitz is saying, can you show us your favourite model you've built? Yes, I can. We'll just switch it on. Oh shit, the battery's flat. Right, where are my coin cells? There they are. What you heard rattling down there was a 13mm spanner. Was it a 13mm? 14mm. Coin cells are dead, guys. That's them out. See if I can remember how to open this battery holder. One there and one there. Come on, you bugger. Get in there. Because the cells will be dead as a dodo. Because I built this. Oh, God, it must be a couple of years ago now, John, is it not?
Yeah, easy.
Alright, so I'll take those out and check the voltage later. What am I looking for? Plus down that way. Plus down that way and a minus up the way. Is that right? I think so. I'll soon find out if the lights work or not.
Yeah, that Yamaha TY125, I think that is the very old Protarch in a Revel box.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's one of the very first ones that they did.
One of the other problems I've had is since lockdown, my spectacles broke, which has caused me many issues. I'm short-sighted, so although I can kind of see what I'm doing on the bench, if I'm spraying or anything like that at a normal distance, I'm blind. And I have not been able to get to an optician's. So I've kind of sellotaped what I've got left together. I look like Jack Duckworth out of Constipation Street. Right, what do I need now? I need a plain screwdriver just to fix this bit. Bear with me a second, I'll get it working. If I can find a screwdriver that suits. All my plain screwdrivers have run away to a foreign country. Oh, there's one that might work. So yeah, I've earlier in the year, just before the COVID hit, I stood on one pair of glasses and then accidentally broke another pair. Right, I've got this working now, so I just need to screw this up. What's caused me an issue is because I need to wear spectacles for certain things. Modelling was not as easy as it was. So it kind of put me off a little bit. So, you're asking me what my favourite model is. Would be this police box from Doctor Who that I scratch built out of balsa wood. As you can see, it all lights up inside. It's got the wee handles and everything like that. And the flashing light on the top. That's my favourite model I've made. And that was scratch built. So yeah, answer your question, that's my favourite model I've made. And yes, it swallows batteries. So I'll put that back off to the side. There we go. So that's my favourite one. Stuart Brenner's going, good evening. Right, Angie's saying the Heller bike is a nightmare to do. It's got seam lines on every single part of the kit. Oh, joy. Now, if I remember rightly, John, the Heller kits were, was it not Protar?
Yeah.
Which were metal-based kits. And so when you actually put the plastic in to the old molds, it was oversized and all that sort of...
Yeah. Because they did a series of Grand Prix bikes, and Revel are releasing the I think it's 1/8 or 1/9 Barry Sheen RGB 500.
Oh, right.
And Revel are releasing that kit, and I built the original one because I've got the NS 500.
Oh, you did a whole range of them, did you not?
Yeah, when the NS 500 came out, the YZR 500, the Yamaha, the RGB 500, they came with metal parts. They had a metal frame and stuff, and a few other bits and pieces that were metal. And the biggest thing that was with them, you had to make the chain up out of individual links.
I've got one of those sitting up there, but the YZR M109 Tamiya Rossi bike.
Yeah. Yeah, the original Protar ones, when they came out, the chains were all individual links. So you made it each link out of 4 parts.
Yeah, that sounds like the chain kit for that. You basically got the bottom blank and the 2 rollers.
Yeah.
The top part, and then you've got to rivet 2 pins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to say, I've not got near it yet.
Yeah, but with with that update set that you've got, you could just tap the end and it squashes it. But with the prototype, you had to get a screwdriver and heat it up and melt the pin over.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I remember the old kits where you used to have to.
If the screwdriver was a little bit too hot, it used to melt right through the bloody chain.
I used to remember some old Airfix or Matchbox kit. I can't remember what it was. It was maybe like a Spitfire prop or something like that. And then you get the wee shaft coming through in the disc, and then the bit sticking out the end. In order to make it turn, the instructions actually said, take a small nail with a flat head, heat it up over a lighter, and squash it flat. And it was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Going back a bit, I'm going back maybe like 35 years or so.
Yeah, that's one of the really old ones and stuff. That is, but it'll be nice to get the Barry Sheen Suzuki, because you can pick them up on eBay at the minute, but they're fetching £300-400 at a time.
Wow.
Get the Barry Sheen Suzuki, because you can pick them up on eBay at the minute, but they're fetching £300-400 at a time.
Wow.
Get the Barry Sheen Suzuki, because you can pick them up on eBay at the minute, but they're fetching £300-400.
Right, I've just realised I've made a boo-boo here. I've been listening to you on the main YouTube channel. Right, I've just realised I've made a boo-boo here. Hold on, wait now. Let's meet this. Right, go and talk, John.
But it'll be quite nice to see how Revel handle it. An old kit with new decals. Yeah, I've got the 1/12 one that I'm working on down there. It's the old Tamiya RGB 500 with a conversion kit to make the Sheen bike with the decals. And
I don't have one. I'm so jealous, you bastard.
But yeah, it's something I've been working on and off with for a bit now.
Don't mind me, I'm still playing my pop-out chat here.
But yeah, it's the old RGB 500 Tamiya kit with a conversion for the rear swinging arm, because it's got a different swinging arm, different shocks, different exhaust, and the petrol tank's different because that's resin.
Did you manage to get another one of those? That's the one it's kind of like a square 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
right. I think I've got all this working. I'm just checking. No one else has done one of these. So Frankie goes to Hobbywoods Inn and he says, "Good evening, Terry, Gordon, and everyone in the chat." Another old name that I recognise, Jared B's going hi, smooth John and everyone. Fraser Green is going, "Holy cow, man! How's things been at Smooth's Workshop?" There's been fuck all happening. I've been buying, I've not been building.
Oh yeah, I've been buying.
Michael Spitz is going, "Gordon, what's the most favourite kit you've ever built?" Was it the one in Dolly Sheep with realistic rectum? No, it wasn't that one.
Well, to be honest, at the minute, it would have to be the blade I'm doing.
Is it a good kit? Fire blade, obviously. It's a Tamiya kit, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a Tamiya kit. It's gone together a dream. Typical Tamiya, no filler or anything, but
it's gone together a dream. So is it really a Honda Super Dream then?
I've got a model one of them and all, and the real thing. But the exhaust was bugging me because if
it doesn't look like any of the Fireblades I've seen, but maybe that's aftermarket exhausts.
It's a new 2020 model.
Right, okay.
Well, 2019, 2020. I painted it following the kit instructions and stuff, like the colours they suggest, but it just didn't look right. And I got chance because it's got a quick shifter on it, on the real bike. Which means because of not being able to change gear, with the quick shifter, I could change gear on it. And actually,
it's basically a shut throttle and an electronic clutch as soon as you go full throttle.
Yeah. And I had a chance to take one out on a test ride last year. Just before
brilliant.
Just before we went into the big lockdown. And we'd been out on the bikes and we ended up at this Honda dealer to take these bikes out for a test ride. So
Honda's the other one that's got the clutchless
dual clutch transmission.
I mean, the Africa one's got a no clutch in the handlebar as well, or a clutch.
Yeah, well, Honda have just bought out the CB1100 Rebel, which is basically a detuned version of the Africa Twin engine.
Because my friend got us an NS700, and that's the ones where you can have the clutch or not have the clutch.
Yeah,
it's like a CBR 700, but
and the NC 700.
Yeah.
But I took it. My mate went out on it first, and while we were out, because I was out on my bike, then we swapped over, and I jumped on the blade. And he was that impressed. He bought one, and he lives about 4 doors down the road. And I couldn't get this exhaust to look right, so I phoned him and I said, "Is your bike out?" He says, "Oh, I've been out on it today." He says, "I've given it a wash and a polish and stuff, getting it ready for after lockdown and stuff." So I grabbed a load of my paints, grabbed my spare compressor, decamped myself down his house and went and sat in his garage. And I resprayed, I painted my exhaust to match his. But at the minute, I'm quite liking this. I've got all the plastic parts off, all the tins off at the moment. I'm sanding the nubs off and getting them ready for undercoating because I got the bike and the aftermarkets and the paints from Hero Boy.
Oh, he's really good with his stuff.
Yeah, because I bought the bike, the aftermarket, and the paints in a package as a deal. And I got the bike, the aftermarket set, and the paints, and it cost me 10 quid less than if I'd have bought them all together separately. So
I'm just
I've got
checking
4 legs.
while we're doing this.
4 legs I'm working on at the minute. They're done now. But I'm just doing the plastic bits that cost a lot of money if you drop it.
You always do. Yeah, that's why I've got a naked bike now.
Yeah.
I'm just checking stuff here. Just give me a second, John. I'm away on a different screen at the moment. It's been so long since I've done one of these streams live.
Mark, sprue surgeon. Never heard Gordon talk so much. Frankie goes to Hobbywood. The exhaust looks amazing. Good job. Yeah, it took me all afternoon to suss out how to do it. As everyone says, I painted it 3 times at home and I still wasn't happy, so I just stripped it all back and went up to Steve's.
That's cheating.
Yeah, well.
I'm just checking. Yeah, Frankie's sauce looks amazing. Fraser's going, what would be a good motorcycle kit to start out with? All this talk's got me curious. Must be Tamiya.
Yeah.
And I'd say either the... Oh, I'm thinking now.
The Ducati Panigale is a good kit. The NSR 500, that's a good kit.
Honda CB 1100 XX Super Blackbird's a good kit.
Yeah, that's another good one. The R1 Yamaha, that's a good kit. The what else have I got? The old NS 500, if you can get one of them, get good. The VFR 750, the RC 30, that's a cracking little kit.
Any of the Ducatis, actually.
Yeah.
I've built two Ducatis.
Yeah, I've got the Ducati red, white, and green Panigale up there, and I've also got another one that I'm doing in the Martini.
There's the Yamaha. Now it's older Yamaha. My one was the Tiara Racing Edition, but there's also two other variants.
There's the original Yamaha R1, and the original one came out, and you got
the red and white one.
The red and white one, and you got blue decals for it for the blue version. Then they bought it out, reboxed as the Taro Racing.
Yeah, that's the one I built.
Yeah.
That's a nice, easy one. The only thing to sort of comment on some of these, if you're really into your motorcycles, a lot of these Tamiya kits, they've got brake cables and everything. There's no throttle cables on any of them. So if you're a biker and you're wanting to make a bike like your own, all the brake cables and brake lines are there, but there's no throttle cables or dual throttle cables, which is you've got a push and a pull these days a lot on bikes.
Yeah, that's where
it's a detail it's missing.
Yeah, it's where I used to get drill two holes in the top of the throttle body and put a paper clip in. But Andy still having trouble getting the Yamaha M109. Yeah,
I've got two sitting there. I've got the Estoril edition and I've got the original one. But they only did a limited run for about a year. So kits I paid £40 for are going for near £100 now.
Yeah.
And I've got the detail up kit. I've got the more realistic fairing. I've got the individual chain link chain. What else did I get myself? Fork kit. Because this is one thing that they really hit you on. I'm just having a look to see if I can find it there. ZR M109, right. I'm just going to pull these down here because I've got two bikes. Right, so they want to charge you £26 for a Yamaha YZ M109 fork kit. What do you get for your money? You get not a bloody lot, actually. I've got one that I've opened. See if I can get it out the bag. Give me a wee second. Now, they're charging nowadays just for this kit for upgrading the forks. I can't get this out the bag, so I'm not going to bother. So what does the kit gives you? It gives you a couple of photo etch radiator grills. It gives you a couple of small brass turned fork stanchions.
Yeah.
It gives you a small, already painted yellow rear spring. It gives you a steering damper. with a brass insert and 2 brass fork inserts for 26 quid. 26 quid's what you normally pay. I got that for 12 quid from Japan back in the days before all the... Yeah. And I've got a second one because I've got 2 bikes. So normally, those 2 would set you back around about £52. I got the 2 of them for 40. So yeah, pricey stuff like this is ridiculous. Which is why I was actually thinking of buying myself a mini lathe. Because a small bit of brass rod on a mini lathe and 5 minutes, you can make your own fork tubes up. But yeah, I've got a few of these. But yeah, it's silly money. Let's see if I can find the spot where I had that hanging up.
It's like them.
I mean, right, so you'll pay, like 30, 40 quid for that kit. But for 2 brass rods and a bit of shit, you'll pay another 30 quid.
Yeah, well, they are. Look.
I've not got that one. You're just showing off now. Right, that's a £25 kit.
25 quid, right? I bought this one.
Not nowadays. Yeah.
Right. You try and pick them 2 up for less than 100 quid now.
Telefonica, yeah, I fancy that one.
And then you've got that one.
I've not got that one, no.
Right.
No, I don't have that one.
But they're just fetching silly money.
By the way, Frankie says the exhaust looks amazing on that new one that you're building.
Yeah.
Fraser's saying the Super Blackbird kit looks not bad. We'll keep it in mind when I finish the 40k Army. Well, the first one. Angie's saying, I'm crying now. You've said that, Terry. You don't want to see the aftermarket I've got for my 2. Actually, we'll pull the 2 bikes out and really annoy Angie. Give me a second. If I can find them. Right, what am I looking for? YZR M109.
Yeah. John's got the kits as well, but the thing is, John's got one kit that I can't get because I'm not paying stupid money for it.
What was that?
It's the RCV Honda. The
oh, you know what he's like, these Hondas. He's a Honda snob. Oh, fuck. A Warhammer tank just tried to attack me there.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is, but they did a limited edition with the box the other way round. It was on Lakeways and stuff, but John's got one, but I've been trying to get one, but I'm not paying 150.
One of my favourites is actually this one.
Yeah, that's the other one. But that...
See, this is a YZR M1, but it's the one with the Go instead of the Glosses decals on it.
Yeah, it's like that Honda, that Minolta one. It's exactly the same kit as this, but with just different sponsored logos on it.
I found the other one. I'm just waiting to see what's going to collapse on top of me. I seem to be okay. Right. So, just to annoy Angie Chum, and I'm not going to dig out the aftermarket that I've got for these. Or my Rossi figure. So there's the original one that I haven't touched yet. They're selling for over £100 now.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Estoril edition, which is probably about the same.
Yeah, another one that's fetching silly money.
They're both exactly the same bike.
Exactly the bike, just different sponsorship logos on it.
Yeah. I've got a box somewhere with...
yeah, that's it. The RCV06, that's the only one that I haven't got.
RCV06?
Yeah.
Have you got a V10 Centauro?
Oh, the Motor Guzzi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got it now, bro. I haven't got it now, but I've built it.
This is the best model to build. This one.
Yeah, half a dozen parts to each missile.
If you can get ahead of that, it's a bit of fun. It's based on an AIM-54 missile. And basically, you get 2 lots of this.
You get 2 missiles in the kit.
Yeah, and you build the funny missile up. Not reviewed it yet, but yeah. It's a bit of £20 kit, but it's a bit of fun. If you're into aircraft and you know what an AIM-54 missile is.
Well, this is it. It's like with them 2 Yams that you've got. The Fiat one, the blue and white one. I've got 2 of them, and I've got a couple of rider figures. I've got the racing rider figure, and I've also got a figure of Rossi, a resin figure, him standing up.
I've had quite a bit of interest in this one, though.
Yeah, I have to make a good build with the flashing light and sound on it.
I don't know about the sound. I haven't thought about the sound. I've got the lights sorted out. The sound I haven't really thought about. What do you have? Do you have it going? Hi, Michael.
No,
it's just because if you do the whoa, then you've got to get the timing exactly right using capacitors on the lights going full.
Yeah.
Because if it goes like that and then goes full. Yeah. Yeah. I'll need to think about that one. But yeah, I could do sound as well.
Yeah. But
it's syncing them. You need to sync the lighting to the sound.
Yeah, that RC Vitz 06, the Kentucky Kid 69. That's it. I ain't paying 120 quid. 60 quid. What's it?
Jared's going, what kit are you going to pick up next, Smoo? If I've got the money, either the Fireblade or the new Yamaha M1. Possibly the Fireblade first. It'll be a big kit. Angie Chums call me a bitch. I love you too. John's going number 69 Kentucky Kid. What's he referring to there, John?
It's the RCV 06 bike.
I'm just laughing at Bob is going, I'd go with. Oh, hold on. I've not right. You slag, Terry. You slag. Oh, I'm sorry. I bought them a long time ago and I've still done nothing with them. That's quite funny because quite often I'll sort of grab a kit off of there and I'll go, right, I'll do an inbox review. It's nice and easy. It takes me 20 minutes. And then somebody will go, have you built that yet? How did you get on with that? No, it's still up there.
The thing is with these bikes, right?
I've not got that one, you bastard.
The reason they're fetching silly money, right? I don't know whether it's because Ferrari wanted too much money or whether Tammy weren't prepared to pay what they were asking. But
See on the Panigale, the 1199 Panigale.
Yeah.
The original one they brought out in the red. I've done one of them, and then they brought out a grey one. But most of the sponsorship was missing because they wouldn't give them permission to.
Yeah, they bought the Senna version out of it.
That's the one, Senna one. Yeah.
It was basically metallic grey with just a little Ducati Senna logo on. But Tamiya have dropped all of their Ferrari kits because they won't pay the money that Ferrari want to allow them to do. Yeah, right. And that's the same with these bike kits, right? Tamiya aren't prepared to pay the silly money for The sponsorship.
I've got one with Go all the way up the side of it, but I got aftermarket Galosses cigarettes decals.
Yeah, well, this is it. It's like this yam, right? You buy the kit, and it comes with Spain's #1 on it.
Right, I've not got that, but I think I've got an M104 or an M105. I think I've got. The Fortuna cigarettes. Yeah, for Hero Boy. Yeah.
But even if Tammy just bought them out in the test colours, like where they've got the bike was just basically black carbon fibre with the Yamaha logo on, right? Just reissued just the base kit in the test colours. Right.
There's aftermarket decal manufacturers that'll give you what you want.
Yeah, it's like the NS500 sitting on the bottom of the pile.
You would buy 20 of them tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got there. It's the old Honda NS500 in the Rothmans colours with the rider as Wayne Gardner. I paid 32 quid for that kit, and I've seen one go on eBay the other week for 312 quid.
Give me a second. I might have a couple of kits here that might annoy you. It's not very often I can annoy John with kits. Right, so the first one I'm going to annoy you. I actually had two and sent one down to Emopulse building. Colin.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
I had two, so I sent one to Colin. And then I realised they were going for £100 a kit, and I went, so
yeah. Well, I'm after a 98 and a 99 one.
But you would take like 20 or 30 of these, but they're not going about because they're going for 100 quid.
I've got 23 different decals for that bike, different sponsorship logos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you buy that bike, you can modify, adapt it right up to the 2002 bikes. And
so
beyond.
What's the difference between that and this? Because this is basically Tamiya Kit 001 with Kenny Roberts on top.
Yeah, I've got one or two of that.
Kit 26, but it's the same bike, is it not?
Yeah, it's the same bike. The first version they bought out of that was just the same bike.
Sorry?
Then they started doing the rider figures and they on their own. Then they combined the rider figure.
Well, that's right, because this is basically Kit 01 and Kit 026 has a rider figure.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get this out without it all falling over.
There's an interesting kit that I got. 1/9 scale, Yamaha Tenere. Italiani, but it's actually the old Protar kit. So it probably won't fit very well. So I've got myself one of them. I think John Reeves has built this. I finally managed to get myself one of those. RGV Gamma. Took me a while, but I eventually got one. Quite interested in this one though. CB 1300, but it's an Aoshima kit. Sorry, a Fujimi kit. So yeah, the old 6-cylinder. That'll be fun. What was you hunting out, John?
Hey?
What was you hunting out? I'm just saying they're more like £200 plus on eBay.
Yeah.
I had one of them.
Right.
Without the rider.
Yeah. This is the most second expensive kit that I've got.
I've not got that one. What's the number of that kit?
50.
No, I've not got that one.
And the rarest of the rarest.
I've not got one of them, but I've seen a few.
Yeah. But the last time I saw one of these on eBay, it sold for 198 quid.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying I should actually give up modelling because I'm shite at it and maybe sell some of my kits on?
Well, we actually sat one night in a hangout going through what bike kits I'd got and what silly money they fetched at the minute. And
you were thinking about a new motorbike.
I've got my bike stash, which is here. This is part of the bike stash. I've got a double wardrobe upstairs that's full of bike kits and stuff as well. And I went through them, like these really old ones that are fetching silly money. And I worked it out. If I went to Zolder, I could actually go out and buy a real bike with the money that I could make on them.
I'm just saying, have you seen the BMW one of the 1/9 scale? How the hell does it work without a chain and cogs? Is that a shaft drive?
Yeah. I've just picked up
shaft like a car.
It was just before Christmas. The Italeri released the Paris Dakar bikes. The BMW and the Yamaha, the Dakar bikes. And I picked one up of them.
It's an Air 660, but that's a chain sprocket job, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got a model shop next door in your living room, John.
Well, I spoke to my mate that's actually got the model shop the other day, and this lockdown that we're in now actually shutting down.
Right, yeah.
And stuff, and I was talking to him the other day, and the day he opens, get there quick because he's not been able to sell anything, right?
He's got arm phase stuff.
He's got bottles and bottles of self-leveling thinner, right? The Mr. Surfacer primers and stuff, right? Red, black and white paint. He's got tons of it because he's not been able to sell it, right? And since the lad moved out, his bedroom has become the stash room.
I can imagine, yes.
And you literally walk in through the bedroom door, and there's a little gap that goes to the back window, and this kit's piled up all sides. And I've got more stash in my back bedroom than he's got in his shop.
Fraser's going, where be this store? Yes, it'll be at John's house.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to get him to write me into his will, but he's like, nah, fuck you.
Mike got it's a proper old-fashioned bricks and mortar model shop, right? And he's got a what do they call it? You can go on to not Facebook. You can go onto his website and he tells you what he's got latest in and stuff. But because he works on his own. He hasn't got staff, so he hasn't got. He doesn't do mail order. If you want a kit, you turn up at the shop. But you turn up at the shop, if you're in the area and you pop in, you walk in, yeah, you can go. He'll get you a bacon sarnie, he'll do you a cup of coffee, cup of tea, or whatever.
Yeah.
Have a browse around what he's got, because it's an old-fashioned bricks and mortar.
It's nice going online if you know what you're looking for, but if you're unsure, I love going into. I'm quite lucky. I've got a cracking model shop in Edinburgh called Wonderland Models.
Yeah,
and you walk in there, and it's wall-to-wall styrene, radio controlled, whatever you're wanting. And you just say, do you mind if I pop the top off this box and have a look at the kit? Not a problem. You can't beat actually physically looking through the sprues if you're used to make models and going, that looks a bit naff, or that's lovely. You know.
Well, this is it with Mike. You can go in his shop, right, and you can pull a kit off the shelf, and if you want to look in the box, right, because he's got a sign up. If you want to look in any of the kits, just ask.
Just ask. Because some of them are cellophane, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is it. And what he's done, right, if he's got a kit that's cellophane, he'll have one kit in the shop somewhere, right, that it's already opened, right? So instead of going and opening another kit up to show somebody, right, you say, oh, can I have a look at this? And he'll say, yeah.
I've got one that's already open. Yeah.
Yeah, if you get that one there, that one's already open.
Yeah.
And stuff. And
just catching up in chat before you carry on. Jared's saying he's got to go. He's glad you guys are back on the YouTube. He's just started his own channel. If you want to check it out, buy and build on everyone. Oh, cool, Jared. I'll maybe check out that later.
Yeah.
Fraser's saying he's not been to Wonderland in years. You need to go. And Angie Chum is saying, so how does the drive shaft thing work? Right. Don't know how mechanical you are, Angie, but a motorcycle engine has an output shaft on the end that rotates. Normally, they put a gear on, attach it to a chain, that drives the back wheel. If instead of putting a cog on it, they put a beveled gear, they can put a shaft on it with a beveled gear, a bit like a drive shaft on a car that runs to the back hub that has another bevel gear that drives another bevel gear that drives the back wheel. So basically, it's a bit like a car, but it's bolted onto the side of a motorcycle. If that doesn't make any sense, I apologise. What's Bob saying? Where I am? Where am I? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie's saying he always prefers to go into a shop to see this and that, but it's expensive every time. Yeah, it's quite. I'm quite amazed that some of these bricks and mortar shops manage to survive with the minimal profits. I mean, let's be quite honest. You buy a kit at 20 quid, there's a 50% markup. It costs them 10. They sell it at 20 or 100% markup. You know, you buy a kit at 40, it costs them 20 to buy it in. But, you know, once you start going online, the margins get cut back and cut back and cut back. And it's hard for the bricks and mortar shops to keep up with that.
Well, this is it. Where I am in the Midlands, right, within, if I go back 20 odd years.
Was that before television and mobile phones?
Yeah. If I go back 20 odd years, right, within an hour's drive of me, right, I had at least 20 model shops.
Oh, wow.
And you'd got to...
I've got about 4, I think. But most of them are Train or Hornby or...
Yeah, well, this is it. You've got Norton's in Leicester, which was basically trade only, but back then I was doing the model shows.
Yeah.
So I had a trade card. And you dip down to Birmingham, you'd have Mr. Models, ED Models, and stuff. And you got in Hinckley, you got Punctilios and stuff.
How far's MGR for you?
You what, Terry?
How far's Mike Jolly for you?
Mike Jolly's a good hour and a half, 2 hour trip.
Right, before I go any further, if you guys are on Facebook, this is a shameless punt on somebody who provides excellent service. It's a family-run business. And if you join the Facebook channel for it, you can get excellent discounts. So, can you make that out, John?
MJ Hobbies, what's the Facebook group called? Model Kits for Less.
Right. Either phone that number or go on Facebook and look for MGR Hobbies or Model Kits for Less. Fantastic place to go. This is my LGBTQXYZ coaster that I got for free.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mike Jolly. Yeah, I use him a lot.
Yeah,
Rise Dumb Designs going. What up, Gordon?
Hi, Josh.
GW in Falkirk, Games Workshop in Falkirk. Is that no Stirling? It might be Falkirk.
Yeah, if you go on Facebook,
you've got the likes of the kind of craft shops, or what's a big craft shop that I sometimes get deals. Hobbycraft. You sometimes get deals in there, but they're not a model shop.
Yeah.
There's another one in Falkirk, Fraser, opposite Jim Allen's Motorbikes. Exactly opposite. And he does mostly train and railway stuff and narrow gauge stuff, like the Hornby stuff. But he does all the plastic art and foliage and that, if you're doing dioramas and all that, and model kits. So that's another one to watch out for.
Yeah, but if you, same as you said, if you go onto Facebook and you type in Model Kits for Less,
that's MGR. That's Mike Jolly. Yeah.
Yeah.
McLaren Models. Not sure, Fraser. I just know it's exactly opposite Jim Allen Motorcycles in Falkirk. I went in there for a few bits and bobs. They're really good for their diorama stuff because they mostly concentrate on die-cast and 00 scale Hornby type stuff, but you can get the model making stuff as well. So I got ballast and bits and bobs for future dioramas. I've not even done a diorama on my channel yet, but I will do one.
Yeah.
Frankie's saying in his area, only 2 hobby shops survived. All the others closed down. It's overhead costs, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it was the overheads and stuff, and a lot of the shops couldn't compete with eBay.
Yeah.
But one thing that I have noticed since all this COVID shit and lockdown and stuff, it's a lot of the kit prices are starting to creep up hell of a lot.
That's because they can't just take them in for Japan anymore, because as soon as they come onto the shores, it's like, hello, HMRC, you go, ha-ha.
Yeah.
You're more likely to get caught as well.
Yeah, well, the Royal Mail are implementing a new system and stuff at the moment, and it's where everything's scanned, so it goes across the conveyor belt, and if something goes,
don't they? Yeah,
it sideswipes it, and then it sideswipes it, and then it's sorted by hand. That's where you get your handling fee, your VAT, and everything applied.
Yeah, so freezers noted that. That's cool.
It's like my lad started making the Bandai Star Wars stuff, right?
Oh, I've got some of that.
And he's been after the 1/12 scale Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, he's good too.
I got mine out of Japan, and it was £19.
What, your Willie or Boba Fett?
And I think the Boba Fett, I think it was about £3 postage or something on it.
So why did you whack your Willie out in Japan?
No, he wanted Boba Fett, the bounty hunter after Star Wars.
You said you whacked it out in Japan.
I got it out of Japan.
Oh, you got it. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Yeah,
with the postage and stuff, it comes to about £23,
which is all right until they go £8 customs plus handling and.
Yeah. But now, right, the same kit from the same shop that I used to fetch it from in Japan want £48 for the same kit, right? £28 postage, then 20% VAT on top of that.
Methinks they've dropped all the cheap postage options for them.
Yeah.
Because it's the same if you order electronic components from China. One thing that I'm experimenting with off camera is designing a couple of my own little circuit boards that I might use in vehicles. And rather than being all the big through-hole stuff that I've showed people, using surface mount stuff, so I can actually get little boards that size by that size.
Yeah.
And you can get them for... I could put an order in China and get 15 circuit boards on one sheet, right?
Yeah.
Quicker than I can get the components in the UK to put on them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like I ordered a book from France the other day, an aircraft book, right?
Oh, I'm glad you said aircraft book and it wasn't the Je t'aime le Mador.
And the guy got it on eBay, and I says, yeah, I'll have it.
I'm trying to poke you, but it's not working.
And he messaged me saying that that was the price of the book, but there was 20% VAT to go on top of it.
So that's our VAT.
And as far as I'm aware, aren't books and magazines VAT free?
Fiction, not sure about. Non-fiction are supposed to be VAT free because those are learning materials.
Right. And it's a reference book on the B-52.
Well, that should be zero.
Right. And he turned around and says to me, he says, that's the price of the book. This is the price of the postage, which was reasonable. About, I think it was £8. Right. The book was £20. And he says, well, there's 20% VAT got to go on top of that. So I messaged him back saying, it's an educational book. It's a reference book. It's VAT free. He messaged me back a few hours later saying, let me check to find out. Now, if I had to have queried him, he just took 20% VAT on it and pocketed it.
It's like children's clothes are zero VAT as well.
Yeah.
There's some things that have a weird VAT. I'm trying to remember back when they used to run their own business. There's some, if it's trader to trade before Brexit, if it's trader to trader across EU, there was no VAT. You charged whatever was required at your end.
Yeah.
It was zero. But there's some things in the UK that 5% VAT applies to, and some things that zero applies to, and some at 20%. It's quite confusing.
Yeah, it's like if you have a look on eBay in a minute, a lot of the stuff that's coming from France, it mainly seems to be France that's doing it. Right? They're banging VAT, 20% VAT on everything. And same as if I had to pointed it out to him that reference books, educational books, are VAT free.
Non-fiction. Yep.
Anyway, a couple of days later, I got a message back from him saying, "Yeah, you are right. I've inquired at the local office or whatever it is that he wants it, and the book's just over 20 quid because it's VAT free and stuff." And I turned around and said to him, I said, "Well, when you fill your label in and you post it, you put that down on the declaration."
That's right. Yeah.
Book and it's VAT. What's name? So he's messaged me back saying it's been posted. I'm just waiting for it to come now, see what the Royal Mail do.
Yeah. It's all weird. Right, well, we're only going to do a wee thing, John. We've had about 14 people on for a full hour and a bit that have been on.
Mm-hmm.
My laptop is kind of up and down at the moment.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about doing regular sort of streams and stuff. It'll just be when myself and John have a wee bit of free time and we'll maybe pop on for an hour or so of an evening. We'll try and give you a bit of a heads up, but yeah, you know. So thanks everybody that has joined in this evening. Much appreciated. As I say, it's just a random chat. We're both model makers, so obviously the chat sort of went on to model making, but it doesn't have to be like that. It can just be a general chat when we pop on. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for popping in this evening.
Yeah.
Myself and John,
Gordon's alive.
Going to disappear and have a wee cup of tea. So until the next time, thank you very much for coming in, everybody. And we'll see you later.
See you later. Bye. You got
the button.
No, you've got the button.
I've got the button. Right, wait now. Oh, what's this say?